Hello, Action Parenting parents. My name's Hannah Benedict, and I am one of the co-founders of Action Parenting. I am also a counselor and a parent coach, and I'm really excited to come and talk to you guys today about parenting preschoolers and big emotions. Because even if you're not parenting a preschooler, um, or maybe haven't ever parented a preschooler, I'm sure you have witnessed the big emotions that our preschoolers feel and experience. And so I wanted to talk a little bit today about developmentally what's going on, because sometimes if we can understand a little bit about where they are developmentally, that can help us know how to navigate those, what they're experiencing, as well as maybe engage in a little bit different ways with them, and also preschool, ages from like 3 to about 4, 5, and 6. Um, uh, are a big time of learning that I have wants, desires, needs that are different and separate than my parents, than my siblings, than my friends, the people that are all around me. And when I experience something that's different, I feel it in my body. That's what a preschooler is thinking. I will often say, like, think about it. When I get really, really angry, there are times that I have this physical need to punch something. Like, I can feel it inside of me. But as an adult, I've learned the skills to be able to recognize what's going on and to, for the most of the time, control myself. And so, I mean, not saying that sometimes I don't go punch a pillow or something like that, but a preschooler, they don't have that yet. They feel that inside of them, and man, they're gonna just go out and hit. They might bite, they might yell and scream, when they don't get their way. It's kind of that primal reaction that we see because they are learning the skills to regulate that. And part of those skills are the language. Like, I can't remember the exact statistic right now, but I believe it's somewhere on average that between the ages of 1 and 5, on average, kids are learning like one new word a minute, if you kind of average it out. That's a lot of words. That's a lot of language. And so they may not have the words. And if they do have those words, if we have been teaching them to them, they're new. They're just starting to learn them. And so the way that they learn them is through repetition. So recognizing that when our preschoolers are experiencing these big emotions, that it's a sign of learning that my individual self is separate from others. So that's where they are developmentally. We want them to be there. So the big question is now, what do we do with that? How do we parent that in a way that recognizes what's going on, but also doesn't keep them from reacting physically to those emotions? And that very first thing is, just like I said, language. We are teaching them language. So if you remember, a couple weeks ago, I talked to you guys about preschoolers, and we were talking about the story, the power of story. And this is another time that I'm going to go back to that because it's huge. With preschoolers, that's how we're giving them their language. So reading stories about emotions, huge. Talking about them when you see them in the stories, or you see them on videos, like, oh, that character was really, really sad when they had to leave the park, or they were really mad when somebody took a toy that they wanted. Starting to use those language, that language for them, so that they get familiar with it. Maybe even naming it when you see it in them, like, wow, you're feeling really sad right now, or you're feeling really, really happy that we get to do whatever it is. I can tell. I see a big smile on your face. Or, man, you look really, really sad. I see lots of tears. That's telling me that you're sad about something. So I'm starting to help them make those connections with language and what's happening in their bodies. The second thing is to teach them what to do with those feelings and those that we're now doing. So that we're now naming, not doing, naming. So when I do this, I'm going to do something along the lines of, man, when I feel really sad, I can cry and I can say, I'm really sad right now. When I was talking to someone, and a parent of a preschooler this week, and something she told me that she does with her child when they get mad is they say, I'm really, really mad right now. And while they're doing that, they punch their hands like this and they stomp their feet. And I was like, oh, that is perfect, because you're not only giving them language, but you're helping them do something with the energy that they're feeling from that emotion in a healthy way. So they're going to do that over and over and over again, repeat it, and help and pretty soon their child will start to do it on their own. So at first, you're going to have to do it with them. You're going to have to repeat it multiple times. And sometimes as a parent, we're like, man, I've already been doing this. Why aren't they getting it? And it's not because we're not teaching it the right way. It's just because a preschooler especially learns through repetition. And they live very immediate and in the present moment. And so I want to help them in that present moment. And so I think the third thing that I'm just going to leave you guys with is know that this is a process and that it's a journey. And you're going to help them right now developmentally understand and process those emotions. And then we will do very similar things again when they are in elementary school, when they're middle schoolers, when they're high schoolers, because we will learn and be able to understand those emotions in different ways. So right now, your job is language and teaching them some healthy things to do with the emotions that are coming up inside of their bodies, and then to repeat it and to have grace and to check in with yourself and know when you need to take a little bit of a break, so that you can parent well. And that might look like something saying like, mommy or daddy is having really big feelings right now. I'm going to count to 5 and take 5 deep breaths. And then I will come right back. And that is good, because we as parents, we need to regulate ourselves so that we can regulate with our kids. So, like always, if you have any extra, additional questions, things like that, send them my way. I'm happy to be able to help you in any way that I can. The other really big news and exciting news is we are getting ready to launch another course, which is all about big emotions and what parents can do. It has even more learning behind the brain, what's going on inside the brain, and then some really hands-on practical things that you can do for yourself as a parent and with your kids and with your family. As always, we have practical action steps in there that you can start applying what you're learning, because it's one thing to learn it, but what do you do with it if you're just learning it? We got to apply it as well. So that will launch in just a couple weeks. Stay tuned on our Facebook page. Sign up for our newsletter at actionparenting.org so that you can stay up to date with all of that. So I look forward to connecting again with you soon. Bye.